Okay, so we're moving on to section 2.5. So let's recall in 2.3 what we have been doing. So we've solved homogeneous linear equations, right, with constant coefficients. So now in section 2.5, we're going to solve non-homogeneous linear equations with constant coefficients, right? So the only difference is these equations are going to be non-homogeneous. So recall what a homogeneous nth order linear equation with constant coefficients looks like. So it's of this form. So we have where my ANs are my coefficients, right? Or we've been calling them C1, C2, and so forth. So that's an AN y to the right nth order plus a sub n minus 1 y to the n minus 1 order, right, plus all the way to our first derivative, right, plus our a naught y. And, right, so we've seen this before. This is a homogeneous nth order linear equation with constant coefficients. So the only difference in 2.5, right, we're going to have the same equation, right? Now we're just going to, instead of it being equal to 0, it's going to be equal to some function of x. So when it's not equal to 0, we say it's non-homogeneous. So I'm just going to give you some steps, just a general idea here, and then I'll go ahead and work out some problems in the next video. But let me go ahead and write out. Okay, so we're going to be given, well, let's go ahead and just write this out. It doesn't hurt. So an, okay, y to the n plus an minus 1, right, plus dot dot dot. Okay, we can say plus dot 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 plus a naught y. So this is our, let's say, NHE, right, non-homogeneous equation, right, and this guy is our homogeneous equation. Okay, so there's 3 steps to this. We call it the method of undetermined coefficients because we're going to find these specific coefficients. So here are just some steps if you like working with steps. Okay, so step 1 is going to be you're going to find your y sub c, which is, recall from section 2.3, which is the general solution to the homogeneous, so HE, to the homogeneous equation. Sometimes it's called y sub h in other books. This book calls it y sub c, which is y complementary. H is nice just because you remember it's the general solution to the homogeneous equation, but we'll just use y sub c to be consistent with the book. And the next step is going to be, we want to construct, okay, a particular solution, that's an S, solution to the non-homogeneous equation. And I'm going to call that y sub p. And then finally, to obtain our general solution to the non-homogeneous equation is going to be, I'm just going to call it y, the book calls it y, and we're going to take our y sub c and we're going to add it to our y sub p. So this is kind of the big picture here. And let's maybe label this. So this is the method of undetermined, and I'll abbreviate this, okay, coefficients. And one thing I do want to say, so in step 2, if you're wondering, well, construct a particular solution, well, didn't we construct a particular solution in the last section, right, by using the characteristic equation? That was the particular solution to the homogeneous equation, right, when it was equal to 0. But now we can get a more general solution. So this is going to be a particular solution to the non-homogeneous equation. So if you look at section 2.3 and some of the homework examples, you'll notice there's no n here. It's just h and e. So again, this is my non-homogeneous equation that I'm abbreviating. And let's see, I think I wanted to say one more thing. Okay, let's go ahead and write. I did want to write, whoops, this, okay, this y sub c. Okay, this represents, that's an arrow there, the general, so abbreviated, general solution of the homogeneous equation, right? So this guy is nice because this is really section 2.3, right? We use the characteristic or the auxiliary equation to find that. And so again, this is the new part, and this y sub p is going to be the particular solution to the non-homogeneous equation. Again, in 2.3, this guy was gone. If you looked at initial value problems, right, you found the coefficients, but it was to the HE, not NHE. Okay, so that's where I wanted to stop, and I'll do specific examples in the next video.